Good evening. When I think about giving a speech, I tend to look at the politicians. Politicians are probably the best give orators that we have in today's society. The main reason why a lot of that is because presidents or politicians have somebody who will help write their speech or write it completely for them. They have somebody who will critique their speech so that they can fix any type of issues while giving it. They also may use teleprompters so that they are saying their speech word for word without missing a beat or missing an emotion. With all of that rehearsal, you get into the fact that the president can pinpoint when they're going to use a certain hand gesture or certain facial expression. So we as humans may look past some of that because we aren't as rehearsed as they are while giving a speech. So a certain speech that I referred to would be President Clinton's speech back in 1998 about not having sexual relations with that woman, known as Monica Lewinsky. I know our books did touch on it about how the type of fallacy that it fell within, but what I would like to talk about is prior to that speech given. You see, President Clinton was already going to address the nation or the board with some educational policies that he had implemented a year prior. What he called a 10-point plan to fix the overwhelming failing educational system at the time. So he brought up some great points during his speech. He brought up the facts about his 10-point plan. He also brought up, people who helped make it such a success, as well as bringing up very specific donors who helped, Flint, Michigan in particular. So President Clinton gave very firm, confident answers or a speech to the people. You didn't really question much of that speech because, again, he was very confident. He looked very presidential. He carried himself very well. And he didn't stumble on anything. He was very open and very talkative with the people. So it wasn't until about the last minute of that speech or so where President Clinton states that he did not have sexual relations with that woman. His entire demeanor changed. He went from being a very presidential figure to a man who was caught doing something he shouldn't have been. And he was punishing us. It was almost like he was poisoning the well, if you will. He was trying to say that something didn't happen because there was no evidence. Well, watching that part of the speech, you really look at him and you question everything that he's saying. Because it's like a little boy who got in trouble. Except this is the President of the United States, who we look up to. And it was like he was preaching to us, or not wanting us to believe something that he was accused of doing. So that's where the fallacies and the logical evidence come into play. You never know when or what to believe. You need the evidence and you need the critical thinking to allow yourself to be open to it.